So friends, in last lecture we started new chapter, that is polynomials, and we saw some one or two questions in that. So in this lecture we'll continue with that only. So here is the very first question. When a polynomial px, when a polynomial px is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 3. The remainder is 3. When px is divided by, when px is divided by x minus 3, remainder is 5. If Rx is the remainder when px is divided by x minus 3, x minus 1, or x minus 1 into x minus 3, then find Rx. Then find R of minus 2. Okay, so if a polynomial px when divided by x minus 1, it gives a remainder 3. When it is divided by x minus 3, it gives remainder 5. So question is that if that polynomial is divided by x minus 3, x minus 5, then what will be the remainder? Okay, so actually it is given, see, it is given when px is divided by x minus 1, remainder is 3. Therefore I can say we have p of 1 is equal to 3. Similarly, when px is divided by x minus 3, remainder is 5. Therefore I can say p of 3 is equal to 5. Now what I have to find, if px is divided by x minus 1 into x minus 3, then remainder is R of x, then we have to find R of minus 2. Okay, that is the question. So let us see how to find this. See, first of all we have to find the remainder when polynomial is divided by quadratic polynomial. So when a polynomial is divided by a quadratic polynomial, definitely degree of degree of remainder must be less than the divisor polynomial. Okay, here px is divided by this, then definitely the degree of remainder will be less than the degree of the divisor. Degree of divisor is 2, so degree of the remainder must be either 1 or 0, less than this definitely. So first of all we assume, suppose remainder is ax plus b. Okay, so now I can write px is equal to x minus 1 x minus 3 plus ax plus b, isn't it? This given polynomial is exactly divisible by the leaving this remainder. Now I have the value of p1, I have the value of p5. So now p of 1 is 1 minus 1, isn't it? P of 1 is, I will put x equal to 1. So p of 1, here I am putting x equal to 1, 1 minus 3 plus a into 1 plus b. Therefore now p of 1 is what? 3. So now this 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 into anything is 0. So actually I have 3 is equal to a plus b. Let this be my equation number 1. Now I also have the value of P3. Now P3 is equal to, again I'll put 3 over here, so 3 minus 1, and over here 3 minus 3, A into 3 plus B. So what I will get now, P of 3 is equal to 5, so 5 is equal to, now whatever 3 minus 1, it's 2 actually, but actually this first term becomes 0 because 3 minus 3 is there. So ultimately I will get 3A plus B. So here I got the equations 3 equal to A plus B and 5 equal to 3A plus B. By solving these two equations I will get the value of A and B. For that what I will do, I will subtract first from the second. Okay, I will subtract the first equation from the second equation. Subtracting first from second. Subtracting first from second. Subtracting first from second. So what I will get, see, 3A plus B equal to 5, and over here A plus B equal to 3. So on subtracting I will get 2A is equal to 2, A is equal to 1. Put A equal to 1 in first. If I put A equal to 1 in first, I will get B is equal to 2. So here I got the value of A, here I got the value of B. Okay, so my remainder is 1 into x plus b, that is x plus 2, that is the remainder. So finally I am writing concluding line over here. Thus Rx, okay, this is the Rx, thus Rx is equal to x plus 2. Therefore now what actually we need to find, R minus 2. Therefore R minus 2 is equal to minus 2 plus 2, that is equal to 0. That is the value of R minus 2. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, when a polynomial px is divided by 2x minus 4 divided by 2x minus 4, the remainder is minus 3, and when px, okay, little bit question is different. Okay, so question number 2, the first information is that when we divide a polynomial px by 2x minus 4, the remainder is minus 3. If p of minus 1 is equal to minus 6, then what is the remainder? When px is divided by 2x minus 4 x plus 1. Okay, almost similar question over there. Given that px is divided by one quantity, then what is the remainder? When px is divided by another polynomial, then what is the remainder? Here that second statement is actually, see, in the previous question it was given when px is divided by x minus 3, remainder is 5. ultimately P3 equal to 5. Here they are directly giving that thing, that P of minus 1 equal to minus 6. So actually these two questions are similar, only the framing is different. So also in the previous question they said that remainder is Rx. They didn't ask directly to find the remainder. Okay, so here just we have to find the remainder just like the previous sum. So again here we can see that divisor polynomial is a quadratic polynomial. It means remainder must have linear polynomial. We'll start. Suppose, okay, suppose remainder is ax plus b. Therefore I can write px is equal to 2x minus 4 x plus 1 plus ax plus b. Okay, when px is remainder, so px equal to 2x minus 4 x plus 1 ax plus b. Now we have, what we have see, when px is divided by 2x minus 4 gives you remainder 3. R is equal to minus 3. And also we have what we have, p of minus 1. Okay, here I can write therefore, okay, therefore when it is divided by x to x minus 4, remainder is minus 3. Therefore I can say I have p of 2. Okay, 2x minus 4 equal to 0, so 2x equal to 4, x equal to 2. So p of 2 is equal to minus 3. Okay, that is given. Also we have p of minus 1 is equal to minus 6. P of minus 1 is equal to minus 6. These two information have the similar information we also had in the previous sum. So now p of 2 is equal to, okay, we'll start with px. Now we have px is equal to 2x minus 4 x plus 1 plus ax plus b. Therefore p of 2 is equal to 2 into 2 minus 4, 2 plus 1 plus a into 2 plus b. So now p of 2 is minus 3. Therefore I can say minus 3 is equal to, actually this will become 0, is equal to 2a plus b. Let it be equation number 1. Now similarly we have now p of minus 1 is equal to 6. Okay, or now p of minus 1 is 2 into x, 2 into minus 1, actually 2 into minus 1 minus 4. Okay, p of minus 1, that means I will put x equal to minus 1 in this. I replace x by minus 1, and over here again minus 1 plus 1 plus a into minus 1 plus b. So now p of minus 1, value of p of minus 1 is given minus 6. So minus 6 is equal to, now again this term becomes 0, so this complete term becomes 0, so that is equal to minus a plus b. Let it be equation number 2. Now again we are at the same position. By solving these two equations we will be able to get the values of a and b. So this time I will subtract, because here it is positive b, here again it is positive b. So on subtraction it will be easy to cancel the b. So I will subtract second from first. So now subtracting second from first, we get? Let us see what we are getting. Definitely we'll get the value of one variable. So subtracting second, so I will write minus a plus b is equal to minus 6. Okay, first I do write the first one, that is 2a plus b, subtracting second from first, 2a plus b is equal to minus 3, and over here it is minus a plus b is equal to minus 6. So on subtraction this will become positive, negative and positive. So here I will get 3a is equal to 3. Okay, so ultimately I get the value of a. 3a is equal to 3, therefore a is equal to 1. Therefore a is equal to 1. This is the first value that I will get, a equal to 1. Now I put a equal to 1 either in first or in second. So I am putting it in first. Put a equal to 1 in first equation. So 2 into 1 plus b is equal to minus 3. Okay, if I put a equal to 1 over here, this will become 2. So 2 plus b equal to minus 3. Therefore b equal to minus 3 minus 2. So ultimately value of b is minus 5. So but again this is not the question that what we have to find. We have to find the remainder, and remainder we assumed is ax plus b. So here finally I am writing the remainder. Now Rx or remainder is equal to, it is ax plus b. Ax plus b, therefore now a is 1, so x minus 5. Therefore Rx equal to x minus 5. Therefore Rx is equal to x minus 5. X minus 5. Okay, I kept a equal to 1 and b equal to minus 5. So this is the remainder, x minus 5. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, now question number 3. Let us see question number 3. If the polynomial x raised to 19 plus x raised to 17 plus x raised to 13 plus x raised to 11 plus x raised to 7 plus x raised to 5 plus x raised to 3 is divided by x square plus 1, then find the remainder. So it's a little bit different question, so think for a while that how you will proceed, then I will give you its solution. Okay, so you got the sufficient time. Now let us see, first thing, it is very clear that we are not going to divide it by tradition method. Definitely it is possible to divide it by traditional method, but it will take time. Okay, so how to divide it in less steps or with another method, let us see, we have x raised to 19 plus x raised to 17 plus x raised to 13 plus x raised to 11 plus x raised to 7 plus x raised to 5 plus x cube. Now we have to divide this complete quantity by what? X square plus 1, then what is the remainder that we have to find. So let me write this in a little bit different way. See, if I take x raised to 17 common from these two, I'll get x square plus 1. Similarly, from these two, if I take x raised to 11 common, I will get x square plus 1. Similarly, from this, if I take x raised to 5 common, I will get x square plus 1, and this x cube remains as it is. Now from these first, second and third, if I take x square plus 1 common, what I will get? X raised to 17 plus x raised to 11 plus x raised to 5 plus x cube. Now I have to divide this complete number by x square plus 1. So this particular first term is exactly divisible by x square plus 1 because this is a multiple of x square plus 1, isn't it? So now only that we have to concentrate that what will be the remainder if I divide x cube by x square plus 1. In another word, when I divide this first term, that is x square plus 1, into this by x square plus 1, remainder will be 0 because this is exactly divisible. So that remainder, that is 0, will add divided by x square plus 1. So now we'll see that what will be the remainder when we divide x cube by this. So here we can write here x square plus 1 into x raised to 17 plus x raised to 11 plus x raised to 5 is divisible by x square plus 1, thus gives remainder 0. Okay, now we'll divide. Okay, now we divide x cube by x square plus 1 to obtain the remainder. Okay, so that we can do over here. What we have to do, we have to divide x cube by x square plus 1. So here I do write x square plus 0x plus 1, and I have to divide it. Okay, the case is little bit less, so better to first note it down, then I will give you the further solution. Note it down up to this point. Okay, now let us see the remainder when we divide x cube by x square plus 1. Okay, we'll do it by long division method. So we have to divide x cube, only x cube, but I do write 0x square plus 0x, and I have to divide this by x square plus 1. So x square plus 0x plus 1. Okay, so here first term should be x square. So here I will get x cube plus, okay, here first term should be x, not x square. So x cube plus 0x square plus x. Okay, so minus minus minus, this will cancel out. Here actually I will get 0x square, that is nothing to write, and minus x. So 0x square is not there, so only minus x there. So we can say here degree of this final expression is lesser than the degree of the divisor. That means this is the remainder. So thus remainder is minus x. Okay, so please write it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now next question is, if polynomial next question is, if polynomial ax, if polynomial ax x raised to 6 plus px raised to 5 plus qx raised to 4 minus x square minus x minus 3 is divisible by x raised to 4 minus 1, then find the value of p raised to 2 plus q raised to 2. That is, you have to find the value of p square plus q square. So this is not that much difficult. We have this type of similar sum in our textbook as well, so try for a while, then I will give you its solution. Okay, now let us see. See, it is given the polynomial is divisible by x raised to 4 minus 1. That means remainder when we divide the polynomial by this will be definitely 0. So first of all, here x raised to 4 minus 1, or let x raised to 4, here let x raised to 4 minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore x square square minus 1 square is equal to 0. Okay, I can write x raised to 4 as x square whole square. So this gives me a square minus b square, or it's better to solve in this way. X raised to 4 is equal to 1. Therefore x square is equal to 1. Therefore x is equal to plus minus 1. Okay, there are two possible values of x are there. Okay, now px is divisible by x raised to 4 minus 1, x raised to 4 minus 1. Therefore I can say not px, actually it is ax. Therefore I can say a of 1 equal to 0 and a of minus 1 is also equal to 0. So when we solve these two, we'll get the values of p and q, and then definitely it is possible to get the value of p square plus q square. So now a1 is equal to 0, therefore 1 plus p plus q minus 1 minus 1 minus 3 equal to 0. Therefore, see this minus 1 plus 1 cancel, so p plus q is equal to 4. Let it be equation number 1. Also a of minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, minus 1 raised to 6 is 1, minus 1 raised to 5 is minus. So minus p plus q, okay, minus 1. If I put x equal to minus 1, square of minus 1 is also 1. So minus 1. Then if I put x equal to minus 1 over here, so minus minus plus 1, minus 3 equal to 0. So here I can cancel this minus 1 plus. So I will get minus p plus q is equal to 1 minus 3 is minus 2 is equal to 2. Let it be equation number 2. Now it is to get the values of p and q from these two. So adding equation 1 and 2, adding first and second, we get, if I add these two, plus p minus p will cancel out. So 2q is equal to 6, which gives me q is equal to 3. Now if I have the value of one variable, it is easy to get the value of second variable. Put q equal to 3 in, put q equal to 3 in first. So p plus 3 is equal to 4, so p is equal to 1. Now what we have to find? Now p square plus q square. So that is 1 square plus 3 square. That is 1 plus 9. So ultimately my final answer is 10. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now the next question. Okay, next question, question number 5. If 3x cube, if 3x cube plus 2x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to ax plus b x minus 1 x plus 2 plus c into x minus 1 plus d. Okay, if 3x cube plus 2x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to ax plus b into x minus 1 into x plus 2 plus c into x minus 1 into d for all values of x, for all values of x, for all values of x, then find the value of a plus b plus c plus d. Okay, again this is a little bit different question, so please try for a while, then I will give you its solution. Okay, now let us see how to solve this. Okay, so first thing that might come in your mind, that if you multiply this and by comparing the coefficients of x cube, x square, x and the constant, it is possible to get the values of a, b, c and d, and then by adding them we'll get the answer. That is a way, but it will take something extra time. So let us see how to solve this by any other method. See, I'm writing this like ax plus b x minus 1 x plus 2 plus c into x minus 1 plus d is equal to 3x cube plus 2x square minus 3x plus 4. Okay, this is the expression given. Now see, if you observe this, if I put in this equation, see, whatever put I can put the value of x 1 2 3 whatever on both sides. So if I put x equal to 1, this term becomes 0, isn't it? Minus 1 will be 0 on the left hand side, as well as this term will be 0. So 0 into anything will be 0, that means this complete term will vanish, as well as this term won't be there, only we will get d. And as I'm putting x equal to 1 on the left hand side, definitely I will put x equal to 1 on the right hand side as well, and by doing so I will get the value of d directly. So we'll start with that only. For x equal to 1, I can write 0 plus d is equal to, okay, I'm not putting the value in each and every step. You can understand that if I put x equal to 1, this will become 0 as well as this will become 0. That means this c into x minus 1 will be 0. Okay, first term will be 0 plus the second will be 0. We'll get 0 plus d is equal to 3 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4, which ultimately gives me d is equal to 6. Okay, minus 3 plus 3 will cancel out, 2 plus 4 equal to 6. Now it is not like that as I put x equal to 1, now I will put x equal to 2, then x equal to 3. You have to observe that for which value of x at least one or two terms become 0. So as for x equal to 1, this term was 0, as well as this first term was 0. Similarly, if I do minus 2, this complete term will be 0, isn't it? This complete term will be 0, sufficient. This term will be 0, and if I put x equal to minus 2, this will become minus 3c, and d we have already. So now for x equal to 2, I will write 0 plus c minus 2 minus 1 plus d is equal to 3 into minus 2 cube. Okay, not 2, actually minus 2 for x equal to -2. Okay, this -2 will make it 0 and this complete term will be 0. So c into -2 minus 1, 3 into -2 cube plus 2 into -2 square minus 3 minus 2 plus 4. Okay, therefore if I solve this further, I will get minus 3c, okay, -2 minus 1 into c minus 3c plus d is equal to, this is -8 into 3 minus 24, then this is 4 into 2 that is 8, then plus 6 plus 4. Therefore now minus 3c d is 6 is equal to, now when I solve this, so minus 24 plus 8, okay, 8 plus 6 14, minus 24 plus 14 minus 10 plus 4 minus 6 actually. Okay, minus 24 plus, okay, minus 6, it is correct. So if I solve this further, so minus 3c is equal to minus 6 minus 6, so minus 3c is equal to minus 12, and this gives me c is equal to 4. Okay, so here I got the value of one more variable. Here I got d equal to 6 and here I got c equal to 4. Now what? See, on x equal to, put with x equal to 1 this becomes 0, at x equal to minus 2 this becomes 0. Now what? Now if I put x equal to 0, see, if I put x equal to 0, this a won't be there, b will be there, 0 minus 1 I can calculate, 0 plus 2 I can calculate, 0 minus 1, c is there, d is there. So by solving this you will get the value of b. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you its further solution. Okay, so now we'll put x equal to 0. So here I am writing the value of d, that is 6, as well as value of value of c, that is 4. Now for x equal to 0, I will solve this for x equal to 0. For x equal to 0, I will get 0 plus b minus 1 2. Okay, if I put x equal to 0, this will become 0, so 0 plus b, over here 0 minus 1 minus 1, 0 plus 2 plus 2, then c into minus 1 plus d is equal to, so 0 plus 0 minus 0 plus 4, because I am putting x equal to 0, so wherever x is there in the multiplication it will be 0 only. So b minus 1 into 2, or directly I can write this is minus 2b, isn't it? This is b only, 2 into minus 1 into b, that is minus 2b, plus c we have already 4, 4 into minus 1, d we have, that is 6, is equal to 4. So this gives you minus 2b minus 4 plus 6 is equal to 4. So minus 2b plus 2 is equal to 4. minus 2b is equal to 2, so b is equal to minus 1. So here I got the value of b equal to minus 1. So here I am also writing that b equal to minus 1. Now I need the value of one more variable, that is a. So think for a while, for what value of x we'll get a. See, even though if you put a equal to 9, x equal to 99, definitely you will get the value of, because we have the values of b, c and d. Now what we have to think, we have to uh, select that value of x which makes our calculation as easy as possible. So think for a while, then I will give you its solution further. Okay, so I think if I put x equal to 2, this will be easy. Even though I can put x equal to minus 1, but minus creates a little bit of confusion. So to avoid that confusion, it is better to go with x equal to 2. So I hope you noted down this. Uh, Now we'll start with, well, I will continue with this x equal to 2. The values of b, c and d I have already with me. So for x equal to 2, I have 2a plus b. Now 2 minus 1, that is 1, 2 plus 2, that is 4, plus c, 2 minus 1, that is 1, plus d is equal to 3 into 2 cube plus 2 into 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 4. Simply what I did, I put x equal to 2. So 2 into a, 2a, plus b as it is, then 2 minus 1, so I wrote 1, 2 plus 2, 4, 2 minus 1, 1, d as it is, then 2 cube, 2 square, 3 into 2 plus 4. Now values of b, c, d, I do put these values. So therefore 2a plus b is equal to minus 1. So here I am writing directly minus 1. 2a minus 1. 1 into 4, so I am writing into 4. Plus c into 1, that is c only, that is 4. Plus d, that is 6, is equal to 2 cube, that is 8, that is 24, plus 2 to the 4 into 2, 8, minus 6 plus 4. Okay, so this gives you 4 into 2a minus 1 plus 10 is equal to see, from here I will get minus 2. Okay, 8 minus 6, or better to 8 minus 6 2, 2 plus 4 6, and 6 plus 24 30. Okay, 30. Therefore 4 into 2a minus 1 is equal to 20. 30 minus 10, 20. Therefore 2a minus 1 is equal to 5. Okay, 4 5 are 20, so 2a minus 1 equal to 5. Therefore 2a is equal to 6. So ultimately a is equal to 3. So here we got the values of all 4 variables. Now only thing that you have to add these, because we have to find a plus b plus c plus d. So note it down, as well as try to get the value of that a plus b plus c plus d. Okay, so finally, okay, I will get the value of so now a plus b plus c plus d. So a is 3, b is -1, c is 4, d is 6. So that is equal to 3 minus 1 plus 4 plus 6. 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 3 13, minus 1 12. My final answer is 12. Please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, so now next question is the expression x cube plus gx square plus hx plus k is divisible by both x and x minus 2, x and minus 2, but leaves a remainder of 24 when divided by x plus 2. Find the values of g, h and k. Okay, there are 3 variables as well as 3 information. It is given for a while. I am saying this is px. So px is divisible by x, px is divisible by x minus 2, and px leaves a remainder of 24 when divided by x plus 2. So think for a while, then I will give you its solution. Okay, now let us see its solution. See, first thing, it is given px is divisible by x equal to 0, or px is divisible by x. Px is divisible by x, therefore p of 0 is equal to 0. Therefore 0 cube plus z into 0 square plus h into 0 plus k is equal to 0. Therefore k is equal to 0. So here I got the value of 1 among those 3. Okay, now second, px is divisible by x minus 2. Therefore p of minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, therefore minus 2 cube plus g into minus 2 square plus h into minus 2 plus k is equal to 0. Okay, so when we simplify this, either we'll get the value of one variable or we'll get the relation between any two variables. So therefore minus 8 plus 4g, okay, minus 2 square is 4, so 4g minus 2h plus k is equal to 0. Okay, k is already 0, we have value of k. Therefore I can write 4g minus 2h is equal to 8, or I can say 2g minus h is equal to 8, or I can say h is equal to 2g minus 8. Okay, here I had divided by 2, so here it should be 4 actually. 2 to the 4, 2, so here it should be 4. So h equal to 2g minus 4. Now further it is given when px is divided by x, px is divisible by x minus 2. Okay, so here actually it should be plus 2, not minus 2. Okay, so okay, here it should be plus 2. Okay, so let me solve it further. It is divisible by x minus 2, so p of 2 will be 0, not the p of minus 2, so it will be 8 okay, 8 plus 4g. Okay, therefore 8 plus 4g 2h plus 2h plus 0 is equal to 0. Okay, it is given it is divisible by x minus 2, so p of 2 will be 0, not the p of minus 2. So 2 cube plus g into 2 square, that is 4g plus 2h plus 0 equal to 0. So here I can say 4g plus 2h is equal to minus 8. Therefore 2g plus h is equal to minus 4. Therefore I can say h is equal to minus 4 minus 3. Okay, so here we got the actually relation between two variables g and h. Now it is given px leaves remainder 24 when divided by x plus 2. Now when px is divided by x plus 2, it leaves remainder 24. Therefore I can say p of minus 2 is equal to 24. Okay, this gives me relation, that is p of minus 2 is equal to 24. So p of minus 2, that is, over here I have to put the value of x. Therefore minus 2 cube, therefore minus 2 cube plus g into minus 2 square plus h into minus 2 plus 0 is equal to 24. Therefore minus 8 plus 4g minus 2h is equal to 24. Okay, minus 2 cube is minus 8, 4g minus 2h equal to 24. Therefore I can write 4g minus 2h is equal to 24 plus 8, 32. Therefore I can write over here 2g minus h is equal to 16. I divided throughout by divided throughout by 2. So 2g minus h is equal to 16. Now I will put this value of h over here. Therefore 2g minus, at the place of h I do write minus 4 minus 2g. Minus 4 minus 2g is equal to 16. Okay, simply I replaced h by minus 4 minus 2g. So that gives me value of g. So 2g plus 4 plus 2g is equal to 16. That is 4g is equal to 12. 16 minus 4 is 12. Therefore g is equal to 3. So here I got next value, that means first I got k, now I got g equal to 3. Now you will put, if you put g equal to 3, let this was question number 1, so I will get value of h. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, simply I put g equal to, now put g is equal to 3 in first. So h is equal to minus 4 minus 2 into 3. Therefore h equal to minus 4 minus 6. Therefore h equal to minus 10. So here I got the value of third variable, that h as well. So okay, so please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more questions. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.